From weathered back roads to the blazing edge of faith, this is where grit meets grace. Welcome to the place where truth ain't tame and stories burn brighter than the flame. This is the Gunpowder, Propane Jesus Podcast. Real talk, real calling, no polish, just purpose. Let's light it up.
Well, we're back for real this time with Ken Kirk. Woo!
Man, I don't know. It counted down to 10 minutes and then it stopped, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
See, even Bruce knows what buttons to push.
One of those.
I'm weirded
One of those
out.
flames isn't burning so bright right now.
Sorry, yeah. Man.
We've had about
As y'all
30
can tell,
minutes.
John's back.
Yeah. We've had about 30 minutes of good recording.
I was
and
sitting here, I'm like,
we wasn't recording.
I'm like, why isn't it counting down, man?
Jesus.
Yeah, I
help me.
don't know.
We got
Well,
some
we
zip
have
sharing
Ken Kirk
going on.
with us today.
Ken
He's
Kirk.
told 3/4 of his story, and John didn't have it recorded.
We
I
got
know.
Jordan's
I'm
out,
sorry,
so we
Ken.
got Donnie. Donnie's back in the house with us tonight.
Christmas tree cakes on the table.
I feel
Best time of the
foolish.
year.
Yeah.
Hunting season.
Hunting
Christmas
season.
tree cakes.
John's back from last week
Yeah.
where he missed.
John's back. He screwed the recording up again.
I can't believe that, man. I don't know why it stopped.
I can believe it.
Golly.
It's not the first time. It won't be the last.
Oh, sorry, Ken. That was
all right.
deep, man.
It was all right. Let's do it again.
It'll come back. I'm
The
sorry.
best things that happen, you never record. I mean, our
Yeah,
first
I know.
podcast
I don't
was
know
the
what
best one.
happened, man. It was counting up to 10 minutes
I know
and then
what
it
happened.
just
I don't know
stopped.
why you keep staring at that board. It's not the board's
It
fault.
makes me angry.
I know what happened.
It's a short between that seat and the keyboard.
I know what happened.
ID10T error. That's what it is.
Yeah, idiot.
Yeah.
You're right.
Sorry, guys. Now I just don't feel it no more. No, I'm just
That's
joking.
okay.
Oh,
So,
Gus
Ken-
Chafin brought it this morning.
Oh, you were looking back there like you were standing out
Gus
there.
did
Don't be
bring the
scared.
word talking about legacy in it, and he made the comment, here he is 20 years old and most of us is what he called as seasoned in the room.
Seasoned veteran.
I don't know if I like that word.
But hey, it's better than being called old. Trust me.
I don't
Just
know. I
wait.
feel like it's
An old
just as
fart.
bad.
Just wait.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got some college age kids that come into this, and we've got business owners and laborers, and I mean, they're 60s, some getting close to 70 sometimes. But if you looked around the room when Gus was talking, he got everybody's attention.
Yeah, he did.
And he really brought the word this morning. So
I love
Oh,
hearing
yeah,
Gus
that
talk.
He's a
Yeah,
good guy.
and he said at the beginning, hey, it's not coming from my 20-year-old experience. I'm just the vehicle.
The
I'm
vehicle,
the vessel. Yeah, I'm just going to deliver this
He's-
message. And that's what he did.
he's a super humble, hardworking young man.
He is.
Super respectable.
That kid is the hardest working 20-year-old I've ever met.
Bruce, you reckon we could hire him?
Nope.
Ooh.
Tried.
Nope.
Ooh.
Nope.
Shots
I'll
fired.
shoot both of y'all.
I don't have to go far. Okay.
Oh, man. I think Aaron could outrun y'all. Didn't y'all just have hip replacements, Bruce and Kirk?
I can still outrun you with a hip replacement.
Shut up. You just throw one of these Christmas tree cakes in my line of sight. I'll forget what I was doing.
John, look.
Tree cake. Ooh. We want to just thank
man.
Little Debbie for sponsoring the show. Thank
That's
you, Little
right.
Debbie. Oh,
No, our sponsors for the breakfast this morning were Johnson Tree Service.
we love you, Joshua
Josh
Johnson.
Johnson, shout out, thank you. And Tyler Halcomb with by his hands,
By his
By
grace.
his grace.
by his grace. I can't ever get his name right.
Yeah.
Epoxy floors. He's
Yeah.
done some work for y'all, right?
He's done some work for us. Just sent him another guy, but he does real good work.
He does concrete staining and
Yeah.
garage floors, and he puts the little sprinkles in it,
They
makes
can
it
do
look
the
all
sprinkles.
sparkly.
They
Yeah.
can do the
He does good
acid,
work.
different colors, all kind of stuff. So
We got Donnie May
Cool
back
deal.
this week. He took my place last week because I was sick. Welcome back, Donnie.
Thank you. Thank you.
and we
wanna-
didn't get off the rails.
We didn't get off the rails. We want to thank Donnie May's plastic surgeon, keeping him young looking. What's his name? Dr. Rudenberg.
Oh, no, I need to find one now.
We got Ken Kirk as our special guest. Ken, I apologize, man. I don't know what happened. I'm old, but man, it got good, and I'm sorry.
Well, I feel like those 10 minutes of tears are gone to waste.
No, they're going to come back. I know it. Ken Kirk, he is the owner operator of Kirk's Pool and Hearth.
There we
Hearth.
go.
Hardy Hearth. I'll try to remember that. Hardy Hearth. Aaron Clark is just getting back to his microphone now.
I had a call, man.
What kind of call? Was it
a work
Angie?
call. No,
It's a
I was-
business
Why
call.
doesn't Angie ever call you?
she don't love me.
She does love you.
She does love me.
Hey, shout out to Bobby.
She knows
Who's
he's
Bobby?
working.
What's
She
your
wants
mom's
him to
name?
bring home the bacon.
Bonnie.
Shout out to Bobby Clark. Bonnie Clark.
You were
Sorry, Miss
getting
Bonnie.
Bobby confused with Booby, and that's Jordan's mom.
Booby. We miss you, Booby. Ooh, I want to shout out my buddy Joshua Okazi. He's a Marine over in Okinawa. He's my video game buddy.
Is it our German listener?
No, they don't listen anymore.
Go figure.
They lost the virtual private
Shout out.
network.
Yeah.
Shout out Liney Man. He's my video game buddy. We did 7 years in DayZ. Really like 120 hours. We killed a bunch of zombies.
We don't care about video
We
games.
survived.
You heard what I thought about video games. yesterday.
I did. But we got Ken Kirk here. He's got a tremendous recovery story. Once again, I apologize. We got to do all this over, but you look a lot happier now. It looks like the pressure's
He
off.
got the nerves out.
Ken was shaking earlier, but we got him straightened
I
out
don't know.
now.
Dan was shaking so bad. I thought his teeth was going to be
Dan was
brains out
visibly
last
shaken.
week.
It's
It
a
was-
hot
yeah.
seat. Hot seat.
Dan was bad. So let's Ken, just kind of recap. Tell us who you are, where you're from.
Give us the cliff notes.
Yeah. whatever you feel led.
I am Ken Kirk of Kirk's Pool and Hearth.
Hearth,
The,
Veda.
Hearth.
My story is. Look, I'm fixing to repeat. Do I have to repeat everything I just
No.
said?
You don't have to. Just speak like
Whatever
you
you
want to.
feel.
With Gus, he spoke on legacy.
Yeah.
And while we are involved in the Better Man group at church, and that's
Shout
been
out Victory Baptist Church.
and that's been a big part of my life, rediscovering why I am who I am today.
Mhm.
And if we go back to the story of who I am and why I am who I am today, say that 3 times fast.
Yeah.
Why I am who I am.
Yeah. I have to go back to the summer pre 3rd grade. And I know this sounds funny, going back that far.
That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
Easy.
Horse and buggy days. The,
Gas lamps.
if you only knew.
You shot a look at me, kid.
If you only knew. But pre 3rd grade, all I remember is your normal childhood. Going into the summer of the 3rd grade, my parents bought some land that they were going to build a house on. The land was wooded, and me and my dad were to clear that land to build the house on. My parents, whenever they purchased that land, I didn't get into this a while ago, but when they purchased that land, we cleared off initially enough property for the house and a driveway. They put a camper on the land and a metal building, these out storage buildings. For the 3rd grade season, while the house was being built, me and my sister, we lived in the metal building.
Mhm.
My parents lived in the camper because they sold the house. The house we were living in, they sold. They built the first part of the house that they were building. The first thing they did was built the foundation, floored it, put a bathroom without any walls in it.
Ooh, just a toilet and
a bathtub.
Hey, that's better than a bucket.
But
Yeah.
so outside of the metal building and the camper, when we had to use the bathroom, whenever we had to take a shower, Boyd just went and used the bathroom wherever he wanted to use it. But But that was my 3rd grade life. But going from the 3rd grade all the way through high school, what shaped me to who I am today was my dad taught me a work ethic. Every weekend from sun up to sundown, we chopped, toted, split wood. My daddy gave me a work ethic. What he did not give me was a lot of knowledge, a lot of joys that the kids have. I didn't learn to play golf. I did not learn to fish. I did not learn to hunt. And in today's, in my older self, my seasoned
veteran self.
my seasoned self, you know, I've got a lot of friends that play golf.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of friends that hunt. Well, let's go play golf, Ken. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. You know what I mean? Do I have golf clubs? I do, but I'm one of those competitor style types that if I can't go out there and be the best that I can be, I'm not going with you. I'm not going out there to be an embarrassment. I'd assume just sit on the golf cart and watch y'all play and have conversation.
Yeah.
You know, and so I didn't get that enjoyment as a child of my dad doing that. My dad taught me how to work. On the backside of to kind of hurry this conversation along because we already said it one time. The spiritual side of my journey was my dad and mom had me in church Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night. Anytime a revival was there, we were in church.
And you said your dad was like, he was
a deacon in the church. He was a Sunday school director. He was a leader in the church. But once you got outside of the church and got behind the closed doors of our house, he was a disciplinarian. And when I say disciplinarian, he beat us. I mean,
he beat the mess out of you.
He beat the mess out of it. He beat the mess out of my mom. And then we talked about the legacy with earlier. We're taught what we know. That's the legacy we leave our kids. The kids are going to reenact what they know. And I really hope my legacy it ended with me. I don't beat my wife. I
think Tammy would beat you.
I do know I have to go to sleep at night, and she does have a bat. I won't walk up that tree. But
he picks his battles wisely.
I play a lot with Tammy. I say a lot of things with her, but those cutting eyes are probably all I need. But
and I know, knowing you personally, you know, we've shared, you know, you've shared your addiction story. Was your dad an addict? Was he an alcoholic outside of church, or
he was?
It was just beatings.
He was beat. You know, a lot of what made me who I am today. I'm a compassionate person. I love people. And I think a lot of that came from watching my mama get beat. Yeah. You know, when you sit and watch your mom get beat at an early age, I couldn't do anything about it. And that changed. My mama's beatings changed whenever I turned 15 years old.
Yeah.
I remember Christmas Eve when I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
I told you I played football my whole life. I was a man sized.
You can't see, but Ken's a big old boy.
Ken's a big dude.
I was a man sized.
Ken looks
15.
like a Viking. He looks like he's in the wrong time period. Like he should be storming like English castles, 2 battle axes in his hand.
Ken's not but 35, but he looks 80.
Ken's got some road miles. He's got some city miles. Ken looks like a bulldog I just adopted from the. Sorry, kid, but you were 15.
Yeah, I was 15.
You defensive tackle in football, so you were a big dude.
I was a big boy.
What were you weighing back then?
I was probably 270.
270.
Around 15.
Were you as muscular then as you are now?
I was big. You know, whenever you're 15, you still have a lot of
baby fat.
You know, I was a big boy. I wasn't John big, but I was a big boy.
I still got baby fat. I'm 46 with baby fat. That's what this is, guys. I can't let it go. But 270 defensive tackle, big dude.
Big dude.
Tell us about Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, we're laying in the bed. Me and my sister's in her room, and I'm in my room, door shut. And you know, we're excited. It's Christmas Eve. You know, we're waiting on. I'm 15, so I'm not waiting on Santa Claus, but I'm waiting on Christmas morning.
Waiting on my presents.
Christmas morning was always special at our home. We knew that's when the big gifts came out. You know, that Christmas was very special. The laying in bed, and I heard my mama screaming. I could tell my mama was getting beat in her bedroom. I went out my door, went through my parents' door. My dad came off the bed to grab me. I tackled him, and I got on top of him.
Yeah.
And I looked at my mama and my sister. I said, "Get out of the house. I've got this." Go ahead and get out of the house. I'll be behind you. And my daddy didn't try to battle me. Once he was on the floor, I called that the coward mentality. He'd been manned.
You put him on his back.
He was on his back.
And he was in a whole different situation.
He had now been manned.
Yeah.
And at that point, it was a couple of weeks later, he came to me and said, "Don't ever put your hands on me again."
Oh,
well, that's all fine and good. Don't put your hands back on my mama.
Yeah.
But that story went on. My mom and sister left. They actually went to his parents' house. And I left when I got up from my dad. I got in my car and I went over, met my mom and daddy at my grandparents' house. And the sad thing is, my grandpa and my grandma thought it was normal because that's where he learned it from.
Right.
Hurt people. That was the legacy of my daddy.
Yeah.
His daddy beat him.
Yeah.
His daddy beat his mama. His daddy's daddy beat his mama. So again, it had to stop with me. It had this legacy had to stop. My kids wasn't going to know no beatings that I received. They received discipline,
right?
But they did not get beat.
Yeah.
Black eyes. My wives never knew. When I say wives, I was married previously. I don't have multiple now. My current wife.
Ken is a Mormon.
If he did have multiple, she would take them out.
That's right. But, so my legacy had to be different than my dad's. My parents were not addicts by no means. They didn't drink. They didn't smoke.
And you said your trajectory was you wanted to be a collegiate football player, and then you got into a bad wreck.
Yes, in the 10th grade. In the 10th grade, I was in a car wreck, which ended any kind of future football expectations. I had a pin put in my leg, in my femur, through my knee, and through my hip, which I still carry around with me today.
It's a souvenir.
It is a souvenir. Yeah. Metal detectors know I'm coming through every time. But I tried to go back into the 11th grade. The 10th grade is when I had the wreck. I tried to go back into football the 11th grade, and it just didn't happen. The drive, the focus, the discipline. I guess that would be the biggest word. The discipline was not there. So I had to find something else to occupy my time.
Was this your introduction into alcohol, drugs, and all that?
So I lived what you probably would think a typical high school boy's life would be at that point. That's when I started dabbling in girls, dabbling with alcohol, dabbling in different substances.
Yeah.
I did whatever it took to make Ken feel good. But, whenever we look at our childhood, I knew my mama loved me, and I knew behind the beatings, my daddy loved me. I didn't hear it from my daddy. I heard it from my mama. I didn't hear "I love you" from my daddy. It was that quiet love. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love you. Let me go hit you in the head. No, I'm picking. It wasn't that bad, but I did.
It's supposed to be understood.
Right.
Yeah.
It's an understood love. I go to work every day. Because I love you.
Right.
You eat because you got clothes on your back because I love you. That's the kind of love my dad gave me. So from there, I dabbled in, a little bit of every kind of substance there was. Got married the first time to my second high school sweetheart. She was 19 and in high school whenever she was pregnant.
Yeah.
She got pregnant with my oldest child, Heather. I was actually going to school, Piedmont Technical College in Greenwood, to be in law enforcement. I had a good friend of mine, my best friend probably growing up through high school. His dad was a cop, which inspired me to want to go into law enforcement. I looked up to him, and she got pregnant, and we ended up moving to Charleston. that was a different kind of relationship. She as well was abused by her dad. And in the worst possible, if you're thinking of it, you're thinking it.
Yeah.
So she brought a lot of
Baggage, heavy baggage, yeah.
to our relationship, which was, so she always sought acceptance from people through that sexual experimentation or whatever you would call it. She wore I'm not going to go get ugly,
Right.
but she had an affair.
Well, her idea of love
was her body.
Fatherly love was what he took from her.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we ended up in a divorce. I brought my two kids, Heather and Amber, from Charleston back to Greenwood without anything, knowing not what I was going to do.
Yeah.
So I went to work. This is kind of just a fast trajectory of get you through up until
Take your
me
time.
and Tammy. The Mennonites, my brother-in-law at the time worked for the Mennonites in Abbeville. They gave me a job in a fireplace store. They had a fireplace manufacturing facility where they manufactured glass doors. And they had a little retail shop. I came in and ran the retail shop for them and really rechanged the direction of that retail shop, made it efficient, summertime came around. People weren't selling gas logs and a lot of stuff during the summertime. So I looked at the Mennonite owners and I said, if I taught myself the swimming pool business, can I start selling swimming pools? I said, sure.
Yeah.
So I taught myself the swimming pool business. I started out with maintenance. I went out and vacuumed people's pools for free, to learn the chemical side of it. I had men from different companies come in and teach me their product lines, and so
you knew what you wanted.
Well, no, I didn't. I didn't know what I wanted. It was accidentally. I got into the swimming pool business from the Mennonites. I was recruited to be national sales manager for a gas log manufacturer out of Atlanta.
Mm.
So now Tammy and I's married. Tammy's becoming a full-time mom because she's raising my two kids along with her two kids.
And now, are you still drinking at this point?
I'm drinking. I'm drinking, but I'm not so-called an alcoholic at this point.
Gotcha.
I'm just
social.
There you go.
Social one drinking. Here and there. Yeah,
right.
Gotcha.
But I'd get on an airplane on a Monday and get off of an airplane on a Friday, and sold swimming pools out of the garage of my house. That's ultimately where all this came from. My world came from today. One day I was going to Atlanta, and I just felt like God urged me. He said, "It's time for you to go out and start your own pool business." So I went to Atlanta, handed my keys to over, and said, "I'm gone." Came back. Out of faith, I'm 29 years old. I don't have Tammy had a good job. I had a good job. I mean, but we didn't have at 29. You don't have a bank. There's nothing that we fall back on. We are month to month people, and so I went out and rented a building, and purchased all of my stuff on credit. 30 days. I had 30 days to pay these bills whenever I started my business, and I racked up. I rented a store, filled it up on 30-day terms.
Yeah.
Never once have I missed a payment.
Yeah.
So the Lord, I know the Lord was behind me from day one on this perception. Now on this transition, but because it was a success from day one,
Mm-hmm.
I acquired a lot of things. Houses. I acquired a nice big house. I acquired motorcycles. I acquired cars. I acquired things.
You had the money coming in.
I had the money, and along with things, I start serving more self than I did my family or my community. To kind of before we get into that story, me and Tammy were steadily involved with, even when I was drinking. I was a social drinker, but again, similar to my dad, I was a youth. Kind of flip off my dad's story. Tammy and I were youth leaders at our church.
Mm-hmm.
I kept my perception of way people looked at me at church separate than what I was at home.
Gotcha.
But when you close them doors,
Totally different.
It was a different lifestyle. And what broke me from that point, where I would say the introduction to my alcoholism came into play, was because I did keep my drinking. My youth never saw me cuss. They never saw me with a beverage. They never saw me. This man's godly. He's spiritual. And, but the ones that knew me knew better. In Greenwood every Thursday, this was getting into my 30s now. They would shut down the square of Greenwood and have bands come and play in the square of Greenwood every Thursday. This happened this particular Thursday. Tammy and I went and watched the Swinging Medallions play.
Man, I don't watch them a bunch.
Swing. They're from Greenwood. They're from Greenwood.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and I was
the originals.
Lot of friends. I've got a lot of Swinging Medallion friends. So I'm
getting old. I got some Swinging Medallions right now.
Right.
Off the rails.
But so we're at this mini concert, if you would call it that. And back in those days, alcohol wasn't allowed on the streets of Greenwood. I mean, it all had to be enclosed. But there was one trailer sitting off into the corner. It was a beer trailer. The only place you would find a red Solo cup was at the beer trailer. And I'm hot. It's hot, and I'm tired. And a cold beer sounded good. So I sneak off over to the beer trailer, and I grabbed had that red Solo cup, and I'm sitting over there kind of to myself. I didn't want nobody to see me drinking this beer.
Yeah.
And I'm drinking this beer in my red Solo cup, and one of my girls came up to me, and I got this red Solo cup.
Yeah.
From that point, I went to the church the next Sunday. Well, that was a Thursday. The Sunday I went to church, and I went to my pastor, and I said, I'm resigning as the youth minister or youth leader, and I'm going to be finding another church. It broke my spirit because closed doors. It broke me. It was no longer behind closed doors, and I let my youth down, even though it was just one.
Yeah.
It broke me. Yeah. That's the way Satan said I was not worthy anymore.
Yeah. Sure.
And I believed it. So from that point on, alcohol was no longer behind doors. Wherever I went, I drank.
Yeah.
I had we started going to another church, but inside that church, I started gathering a name again. I still drinking. Now I wasn't drinking just behind closed doors. I was publicly drinking, but now I'm drinking and trying to be part of this church. And so we picked up a couple of friends that lived a great worldly life. When I say worldly, I mean it's wow. You know, they lived that red carpet style life. If that makes sense. They lived if I could live that kind of life, that's what I wanted to do.
Highfalutin life.
Highfalutin. So so we befriended them, and I said, and I'm going to save them. This is the way Satan works. Ken Kirk's going to save these people. They're going to heaven because of Ken Kirk's works. Come to church with me
while you're drinking.
While I'm drinking, come on to church with me. they come into church a couple of weeks, but after church we'd go out and get on the boat, partied all day long. So not only did we befriend them, we became part of the lifestyle.
Right.
And that's where really I would say the alcoholism struck hard.
Yeah.
Because I had to keep up with a party lifestyle. Every day I rode around with a water bottle empty with nothing but vodka in it, with some little Mia juice inside of it to give it a little color, a little flavor. And by the time it was over with, I was drinking a gallon of vodka a day.
Golly.
Wow.
I was destructive. It got to the point we were making money, but because I was living selfishly, we were broke.
Yeah.
There were moments in business when money was coming through the doors, and I had to go to a good friend and say, "Hey, I need to borrow $2,000 just to get through this month, pay the bills for this month." Now I'd pay him back in a couple of weeks. I always went back and paid him back. I've never not paid my bills. But there were probably 6 months I went to him every month. I need to borrow that $2,000 again. I need to borrow that $2,000 again. We finally got back on track. Still making money, trying to get business back where it was supposed to be. Tammy and I had a motor home wreck. We had a 40-foot
A bad
diesel
motorhome
pusher.
wreck.
And when you think of a 40-foot Class A motorhome diesel pusher, we were heading to Ducktown, Tennessee. I just barely made it through Abbeville, and I was drunk. Tammy done told me, pull over, go home. I don't want to go no more. She done told me.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
I got this.
I got it. I'm good.
We wrecked that. We didn't. I wrecked that motorhome. I wrecked that motorhome.
Own it.
It flipped 7 times.
Wow.
4 times end over end. 40 foot end over end.
Good Lord.
3 times on its side.
How fast were you rolling?
I have no idea. There's photos out there.
I've seen pictures of it.
There's photos out there in the web world. But
Goodness gracious.
I walked away from that wreck with 6 stitches behind my ear. Tammy walked away with poison ivy.
What?
And we went to the emergency room to get checked out. I was covered in diesel fuel. I didn't even get in trouble at that time. Matter of fact, the fireman came up to me and said, "I found your bottle in the wreckage and we put it in our truck." I said, "Thank you."
Really?
Yeah. Didn't get in trouble for it. I went to the emergency room to check us out. I was still so intoxicated. I put a rubber glove on my head, looked like a chicken, I looked like a chicken, just, I was playing still. I still have not come to the reality I was a drunkard.
Of what just happened.
Of what happened.
Yeah.
But I went back, I had some friends come pick us up from the emergency room. And on the way back home, I said, "Stop by the wreck. I want to see just what happened." As me and Tammy got out of the car in our hospital gowns, the wrecker service were the stuff that was in the basement that was salvageable in the basement of that motor home. They were putting it in piles. They were taking it and going to divide it amongst themselves because they knew whoever was in that wreck was dead.
Right.
So whenever Tammy and I walked up, it was almost like seeing a ghost, especially we're walking. We're not in the hospital, So I told him, I said, we'll come back up tomorrow, wherever my stuff is, and we'll get it picked up. So, and that's what we did. But I've got destruction stories just like that. I really want to tell you how bad it was. In my alcoholism, in my selfishness, as much as I cared for myself, we were all, even on the lake one time partying. I was tore up. Everybody on the boat was tore up. And I'd gotten so mean with Tammy. I was more verbal abusive than I was physically abusive. But I was so mean to Tammy, she jumped off the boat in the middle of the lake.
No way.
To swim back to
To
shore.
swim back to shore.
Rather deal with that than deal with you.
And I tried to run over with the boat.
Thanks for listening, and remember, the smoke may settle, but the embers stay lit. This was the Gunpowder, Propane and Jesus Podcast. Stay tuned for the next part of this episode.